Начать эфир. Вы в эфире. Так. По-моему, ни хера не в эфире. По-моему, ни хера не в эфире. Видео. Вот. В эфире. В эфире. Пам. Так. Все чё. В общем, решили мы начать заново. Думаю, решил начать заново. Дроид. Теперь мы в эфире. Играем, короче, по канону. По канону у нас она изгранится, она как бы баба. Нитросурик, да? Решила что-то по канону сыграть. Прочитал книгу и думаю, а чё, блядь? Почему бы и нет? Когда да. Вот. Ну, в общем, ебашим. За хорошего джедая. Жопка виляет, так нормально.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read.
Be careful.
But you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniforms while I've been in here? Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns. Security claimed I violated some trumped-up regulation or another. Take it up with them if you want. But they stopped listening to me shortly before they stopped feeding me. Now that's criminal. Oh, you mean you didn't come here on purpose? I'm shocked. I really am. This slice of paradise is the Paragus mining facility. The only supplier of shipping-grade engine. Paragus fuel plays havoc with engines, but it gets the job done. As long as you don't mind the toxic byproducts and trying to mine it without blowing yourself up. Yeah, this asteroid belt is one giant minefield. One proton torpedo, even a stray blaster shot, can start an explosion that'll make the one that shattered Paragus 2 look like a kid's pop detonator. You know the planet with the exposed core you saw flying in? That hole was caused by the first mining station that tried to siphon fuel off the planet. Blew a whole chunk out of the planet and set it drifting out here in a big clump of fuel-cooled asteroids. So the miners drill the asteroids now, not the planet's surface. That's why they don't allow blasters here. Can't trust a miner jumped up on Juma juice not to fire one stray shot that'll turn the entire colony into a thermal detonator. You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting. Then there was some big explosion. I was sitting here for a long time. Then you showed up in your underwear and things got a lot better. Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high. The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows? Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been? Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course. I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malak back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know women. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman. Look, not like your half-naked interrogation isn't a personal fantasy of mine, but... Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody? Well, the miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times. This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here. Huh? What are you talking about? So you done interrogating me, or are we gonna work together and try to get out of this mess? Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Пойдем. Alright, let's do this.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure Pazak. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey! This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean. No, someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here, trapped. I doubt it. All we have is communications back, for all the good try. We could try, but if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a friendly call is going to wake them up. Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Tracted the freighter in. Was lucky it wasn't destroyed when it drifted. Not much on board. One damaged droid, one annoying protocol. Sent the survivor to medical. Question. He says the survivor was a passenger on the...
Тимур. It's Ebon Hawk. Компоненты. тело. День, 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 день. О. Бронированный. Что могу? Че, да, только было? Фи. Мама. Мама. Пам-пам-пам. Да-да-дан, да-да-да-дан. Ёушки. Тон, та-да-да-дан, тон, тон, та-да-да-дан, тон, тон.
So, how long have you been a Jedi? Must be tough, you know. No family, no husband. Hey, I wasn't trying to... Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through. If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar. Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there. You're either really brave or really crazy. Or both. Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. And be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself. I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
Down there. Probably. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed. That explosion knocked out. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down. Will do. And be careful down there. Find the emergency supplies? Damn it. Good to hear it. No sense in you running around half naked. It's distracting. For the droids. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them. Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against... It won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids. Just equip it on your wrist, and then you can activate it like a med pack. Again, it won't last forever, so make it count. Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those... Well, these are construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia. Since they rely on ranged weapons, get in close with a melee weapon and start bashing them. In close combat, the guy with the vibroblade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill him from a distance. Yeah, it's possible some of the droid models may have mining shields on. If so, the shield... You can usually tell when a shield is active. It'll make an electrical field. If they activate a shield, the best thing you can do is hit them with a melee weapon or try to burn out the shield with continual fire. But that could take... There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access. Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. Don't run unless you have to. It makes them harder. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droids. That is, if you have survey gear or a safety harness, put them on. They'll make spotting and disarm. Watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnel. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat if you move.
Пам-парам, пам-парам.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it. I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on. Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests... Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids.
Так. Uh-oh.
Everybody here? What's... Not a... If she... I guess... Look, Gordon...
Да знаем. сюда и нельзя, нахуй.
Yeah, I'm picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there? The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels. I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
Блядь, иди этого, ну ёб ты, тупая сука. Не. Знаю, что там есть кто-то. Турболифт. Ура, ловись. Ура. HK-47.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance? Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master, with the unexpected...
Так. Перекуришь.
of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination. Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long... Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harp. Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master. Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the... Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of... I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked secure. Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulary... Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's... I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We... Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, and when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of my... Explanation. I believe it was a speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead. Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress. Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock... Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in... While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my I was forced to remind myself. It was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi. Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian War. I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so... Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and... Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulator has suffered some damage, Master. Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as one group seemed intent on selling you as property. 3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of these accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in... Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facilities. You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow... Answer. I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves... It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest... Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if that were the case. The severed comm link would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners scream. Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory. Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we... Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that... Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master. Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area. Musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end... Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them. Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1. Placating answer. Oh, of course, Master. I shall endeavor not to forget such descriptors in the future. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. Of course. Hesitant answer. Ah, a T3 utility droid. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the... Answer. Ah, then that would explain why such a teeth... Of course. Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. I heard his dying screams as the droids he... Recitation.
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams... Objection. Master, to commit such an act... Proud answer. Master, I believe my vote. A recitation. Maintenance control voice. There.
Да-да-да-да. Так. Чего у нас нет? Тоже нету. Тоже нету. Только цвет могу поменять. Попробуй фиолетовый.
Recitation. 5 droid. Addendum. Object. Proud answer. A recitation. There. What? Confused.
Пам-парам. Ну что там опять? Летом в ленту. АСБ бежали что-то. Сосисоны. Айс бэби. Угу. Тогда и страшно, что пиздец. Басаться просто. Handiwork.
Maintenance control, voice print.
Па-да-да-дам-да-дам. Ну.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
Huh? What are you doing out there? You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick. What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paragus fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path. I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... Now, what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Да, предвестник. И да, вашу ж мать вы затрахали. Дарт Сион. Ну, еще кто-то срать будет. Жестко. Бессмертный ситх. Бр. Графин, конечно, не сказать, что прям лютый. Но лучше, чем в первой части, это уж точно. погнали. Коте, успокойся. Блять. Ща. О. Сука. Текс.
This may be no good. Even. We just took an inventory of our supplies. We've got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe she could... No. She's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since Quarter and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey, what's happening to the ventilation system? This... The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when... The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives.
Мантия темного подавана. Почему в прошлый раз такое не выпало?
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre bavano flank tur na saganich. Grave no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto so potuto neliep green patata. Trawinsto busuto neliep gran patata. Tele ronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der into runto wakare kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. Fera rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibor no bodat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin granactada. Relive coronto so mele grima con corregim passa. Rechu cantrada somo con cere non grum. Gel rectada cemenza binga rukutoto und chuchur remananza. Der into runto wakare kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. Fera rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibor no bodat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin granactada. Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre bavano flank tur na saganich. Grave no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto so potuto neliep green patata. Trawinsto busuto neliep gran patata. Tele ronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der into runto wakare kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. Fera rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibor no botat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel Pedra to rampada no rinka nel camera cella fibor no. Turum kawre kare papanala ranshinga. Totorere sene sensen. En esesha tranda un lontros. Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre bavano flank tur na saganich. Grave no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto so potuto neliep green patata. Trawinsto busuto neliep gran patata. Tele ronda nana. Der into runto wakare kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. Fera rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibor no bodat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin granactada. Pedra to rampada no rinka nel camera cella fibor no. Turum kawre kare papanala ranshinga. Totorere sene sensen. En esesha tranda un lontros nana what is esh? One June sene sensen drawicha canel commercial cella fibon lot.
Your ears always were too big, CN. Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, these dorms are gonna be filling up soon. And shut that damn data pad off and throw it down the refresher. We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo-transmitter to beam a transmission to the administration level to end the lockdown. But the administration... Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own as soon as possible. But there's no way to break the dormitory seal. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. We've been trying to find a way to circumvent the lockdown and get to our hangar bay, but so far, no luck. The situation's worse than we thought. Either a passing ship, or a Telos freighter. Managed to use the holo-transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short-burst transmissions outside the Paragas facility. With any luck, the transmission will carry beyond the asteroid field. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbolifts, so maybe our rescuers can get down to the dorm. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, we wouldn't be able to get to the administration level if we found a way. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal strength. It's pretty weak, so unless a ship is actively searching the area, it might be a long time before a ship picks up the message. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking for trouble?
Понятно. В смысле нету? Что я проебался, кажется. Не могу, блядь. Заебись, блядь.
Almost didn't make it out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you murklack. You're cutting a little close, aren't you?
Yes, a regrettable miscalculation on my part. I'm contacting you because I'm picking up a subspace transmission from within that level. Is that your doing?
No, they must be trying to use the old relay system to send an emergency signal. I doubt they know what's really going on.
Hey, this turbo lift's locked down.
Try the code again, and don't worry about the miners and their transmission. By the time help arrives, we'll be all the way to Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, they won't be leaving the dormitories. The explosion within the tunnel has damaged the ventilation systems, causing breaches in the core exhaust conduits.
What? That's going to kill them all!
Not all of them, but I'm sending a number of mining droids to your location right now to correct that problem.
Corda, this turbo lift's locked down. The sequence isn't working.
Keep trying it! You! Why are you doing this? Why me?
You? It was never about you. The Jedi is all that interests me. But then you had to ruin everything by revealing her identity and then trying to harm her. And that I cannot allow. Statement. You are a risk, Corda. You are impulsive, crude, and soon, deceased.
Хуй. Жестко.
Hawking query. Corta, are you dead yet? Smug statement. I believe I forgot to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes. In case you managed to get this far.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that is docked here.
Переходить придется. Не пойму. Не. Ну-ка. Так, там кто-то написал.
What is it?
What is it?
What in space is going on? Who's this? Another Jedi? What, did you guys suddenly start breeding when I wasn't looking? Alright. I'm guessing that Republic ship that just docked isn't carrying friends of yours.
I hope your talent for understatement is offset by your skill with a blaster. If not, then I fear our time together will be short indeed.
Yeah, and I'm also good at running and drinking, Your Majesty.
And even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic, that warship's the only way off this station. Good thing we have a clear run to the ship.
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue. Correction. I am not here to argue semantics, Master, so I will simply inform you that you are wrong. Indignant answer. Master, the miners intended to place you in jeopardy. I could not allow that to take place, so I was forced to negotiate after reprogramming the mining droids to mine any organics they perceived. Then a series of flawlessly timed explosions drove the miners into their dormitories, where I was able to gas them all at once without wasting. I then administered a large dose of sedatives to the remaining miners in the med bay. Enough, of course, against my calculations. You awaken from your tank prematurely. Answer? You misunderstand me, Master. Those droids were there to... As I said, I did not anticipate you awakening from the tank. You are quite a hardy specimen for a Jedi. A Rungto among humans. If you will indulge me. Besides, as you proved, Master, such droids could never pose a threat to a Jedi. The droids were custodial in nature. Answer. It is beyond the scope of my programming to probe the motivations of my clients, Master. Suffice to say that I am being well compensated for my... You have been wandering the galaxy since the end of the Mandalorian Wars, leaving little record of your passage. It is as if you did not wish to be found. By hunt... Admission. It was a matter of chance, Master. I happened to be serving as a protocol droid on the Harbinger when you booked passage. After that, it was a simple matter to sabotage the irritated statement. However, when the Ebon Hawk appeared and salvaged us from the wreckage, I was forced into a series of rapid recalculations, culminate... Chiding answer. My programming renders me incapable. However, I am free to say that my client is wealthy and very interested. Admission. It was was a matter of chance, Master. I happened to be serving as a protocol droid on the Harbinger when you booked passage. Irritated statement. Answer. No, Master. Killing you was never the intention. If you resist my attempts to return you to your Kolto tank, however, I may inadvertently... Resignation. Very well, Master. If inflicting pain is the only means to... Failing, Master.
I hear you.
Yes.
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion.
Something is wrong. I sense no one on board.
You sense no one on board? Sense any assassin droids creeping up behind us like last time?
Everyone here has been slain, yet there are few signs of battle. No carbon scoring, no blaster fire. This place has been hit by assassins of a different sort.
Then what are we doing on this ship? We were better off in the facility. You two are supposed to be Jedi? You two are the worst Jedi I've ever met.
If the assassin machine was correct, then we cannot reach the hangar. Be silent.
Look, I don't mean to cast another shadow on this, but even if you could reach the ship you came in on, it wouldn't matter. You'll need the orbital drift charts to clear the Paragus asteroid field, unless you want to have the shortest flight out of Paragus ever recorded. Oh, you mean with the huge crew we brought along with us? That's a brilliant idea. Well, of course they have the asteroid drift charts in their Navicomputer. They'd have to. Well, we'd have to get to the bridge. I mean, well, that's the biggest problem I can see.
That is a sound plan for the moment. Let us go. Our enemies gather while we wait. Very well.
More where that came from.
We've been diverted from Onderon to the Outer Rim. There's not enough ships. Still, as ordered, we picked up a. We wanted to check.
You have the ID signature on the freighter. Did you get?
Yes, sir.
There was, Captain. If you find any trace of that vessel, even wreckage, I want it.
Yes, sir.
After you've investigated the sector, resume course to Telos with the passenger. It is of the highest in.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure she arrives intact.
Good hunting, Captain.
Sometimes I wonder if the right hand of the Republic knows.
Query. You sent for...
Yes, I need you to check on the passenger again, see if there's anything she needs. Try not to be too obvious about it. Her safety is...
Statement. I shall use the As always, it is my pleasure to...
Так, что у нас там? Угу, хорошо.
We have taken on pet...
Sir.
Can you...
Yes. Sir?
I'll... Report.
The Sith warship.
There's no...
They're still in their berth.
Then...
Did you... Yes, sir.
Everyone in the... Everyone in the...
Okay. We're still
I have come. What the hell was that?
Sir, Sir...
Time to take you down to size.
Are you all right?
This was your room? When?
We do not have much time. Whatever you intend... I hear you.
Something's wrong. Checking the survival. This is the medical. I think that.
Ёпушки. Dum, 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 da, dum.
I will silence this one.
О, что там?
I have a bad feeling about this. I can't help it, don't you feel it? Something's gonna get real wrong, real quick. You don't survive on the rim as long as I have without knowing when trouble's coming. All right, but don't say I didn't warn you. Trust me, when it comes to staying alive, I'm rarely wrong about these things.
Наоборот.
This battle is mine alone. I am not defenseless.
He cannot kill what he cannot see, and power has blinded him long ago. Run! I shall be along shortly.
Окей. Да. Чуть-чуть. Оп. Ух ты. И всё. Да господи. А, эти ватсапы.
tell me you're joking. We are not gonna cross back into the Paragus facility through the fuel line. That's crazy. All right, but I know I'm gonna regret this.
I sense you, my master. Faint, weak.
Your senses betray you, as you betrayed me.
After all that's happened, still you live. You are difficult to kill.
For one as limited as you, perhaps. To have fallen so far and learned nothing, that is your failing.
The failure is yours. No longer do your whispers crawl within my skull. No longer do I suffer beneath teachings that weaken us. And now you run in search of the Jedi. They are all dead, save one. And one broken Jedi cannot stop the darkness that is to come.
Perhaps we shall see.
What's wrong? Are you all right? Damn it, hold on. It's only a little farther. Don't give up on me now. What happened to you? Huh? How do you know that? Look, if she's in pain, then that pain's buying us time we can't afford to waste. Especially if Sleeps with Vibroblades gets tired of playing with her and decides to use us for practice next. It's a utility droid. Looks like it's been hit with an ion charge and dumped here. More where that came from.
Такс.
This door's magnetically sealed. I can't believe this. The ship's right out there, and we can't get... Huh? What is that piece of junk saying? How can you even understand that noise? Alright, well, if he can slice the door open from the terminal above, don't let me stop him. More where that came from. Say the word. More where that came from. Time to kick you down to size. Quick! We're gonna need some time to fire up the engines. Let's give the laser turret a workout. right, let's get out of here.
There is no time. We must leave.
If they hit us, we're dead. But if they keep missing us, we're dead. It's great odds. Somebody shut that trash compactor up. I'm doing all I can, and that's not enough. What'd you do to make these guys so mad? Well, either they hit us and destroy us, or they hit an asteroid and make the whole field go nova. Not with all these asteroids around us. We'd enter hyperspace in pieces. We have to clear that field first. Thing is, we clear the field and they're gonna have a clear shot at us.
What are the asteroids? They can be destroyed by us as well as them, can they not?
That'll take out the whole field, the colony, and maybe us. We might not even be able to jump to hyperspace in time.
Then we die here. Choose now.
Hold on. This is gonna get a little rocky. Well, now that we just killed a planet, maybe one of you can tell me what's going on. Because between assassin droids, a Sith Lord that looks like he sleeps with vibroblades, and being target practice for a Republic warship, I was better off in my cell.
The Republic warship was the Harbinger. It was seized on its way to Telos by the Sith. They sought you, Jedi. Yes, to aid in the recovery effort there. Many roads...
Not like we have much of a choice, the Paragus astrogation charts being what they are.
It is where we must go, and where the Harbinger was bound before our unfortunate encounter on Paragus. You were difficult to find, but coincidence was on our side. When I learned that you were on the vessel, I knew the Sith would not be far behind. When we intercepted the Harbinger, it was crippled, drifting in space. It was a simple matter to board the vessel and rescue you. Unknown to me, however, the Sith were already on board. Just as we made the jump to hyperspace, they fired upon us, nearly destroying the Ebon Hawk. Whatever occurred on board the Harbinger had rendered you unconscious. Though your thoughts were faint, I was still able to find you, sealed in one of the cargo holds. True. But as one trained in the Force, you know that true coincidence... I do not know how the Ebon Hawk was able to make it... Be silent. We're having a conversation here.
Repaired this ship. My eye. Next thing you know, it's gonna claim credit for saving our skins. If that little noisemaker says it repaired the ship once, then it can prove it by doing it again. Go on. Get!
Because you are the last of the Jedi. Once you are dead, then they have won. Exile or not, the Sith believe you to be a Jedi Knight, and that is all that matters. The Jedi's civil war destroyed the Jedi. By the war's end, barely 100 Jedi remained. Many fell in battle, and many more were seduced by Revan's teachings. The Jedi Academy on Dantooine is nothing more than a crater that echoes with the ghosts of dead Jedi. And the Jedi Temple on Coruscant lies empty. The waters in the Room of 1,000 Fountains have fallen still in reverence to the fallen Jedi and those now lost. Many Jedi blamed the teachings of the Jedi Masters for Revan's fall, and the civil war that followed. Perhaps, but they are Jedi no longer. If the Sith have not already slain them, then they will not help you, nor can you help them. That is not an easy question to answer. This threat is greater than you know, and I do not believe it is.
Look, enough with the we already.
We cannot hope to triumph against them alone. To stop them, you will need weapons, allies, and a teacher. You fought in the Mandalorian Wars, and it cost you everything. Are you... You are not listening to me. This is not like any field of battle you have ever fought. Think carefully on your choice. If you choose to fight, if you choose war, it is a path few turn from. It carries with it a terrible price. And in the end, you may find you have nothing. Your fool's words echo of a Jedi. You have... But we have spoken long enough, and my wound pains me. If you have other questions, find me in the crew.
Hey, don't stop your long, boring rants on my account.
Also in private, we will be mercifully free from the opinions of imbeciles and fools.
Look, not like I care or anything, but you might want to go...
Пока на сегодня все.